Welcome to City on a Hill Gaming, a tabletop RPG actual play podcast. To find out more, download episodes wherever you get podcasts, or visit us online at cityonahillgaming.com, or by sending us an email at cityonahillgaming@gmail.com. You can also support us on patreon.com/cityonahillgaming. We hope you enjoy our show. Welcome back to City on a Hill Gaming. I am Ryan. Hi. This not mine. Other friends here. I'll introduce them, then I'll introduce the person who's in charge because he has the shirt to prove it. We're gonna get him a whistle because I think it would be funny. We have Derek White.
Hi.
We have Emma.
Hi.
We have Bryan.
Hello there.
And then the man with the plan and the referee shirt to prove it, it's Greg.
Welcome to Iron Falcon 75.
Love it. This all yours now, sir.
Sorry, still coughing some.
No worries.
For the listeners at home, I am recovering from COVID again. Note the voice.
Yes.
We had another recording last week I was unable to do because I could not talk.
This is an improvement. This is a distinct improvement over last time.
Yes.
We take
All
those.
right. I'm going to move you all to your first actual map. Oof.
Ooh, a map.
Ooh. And you all get to start out rolling some dice just because things. So, first thing we're going to do is have you all roll your lovely initiatives.
D6. Okay, 5. There we go.
There we go. Can you all actually see the initiative tracker? I think you should be able to.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
It put me back at a 6,
Good.
okay.
I did that just so you were at the top of the list.
Oh, thank you. Yay.
Everybody else is disappearing now. That's just more so I know what order you are doing things for this. Because we're going to flash back 1 week. Woo. Just because that sounds more fun than flash forwarding a week.
Sure.
And you are the fighter? Cool. Okay. You have stayed in the hometown, I believe, correct? You have stayed in Lake Geneva this whole time?
I left briefly and came back.
Okay. But you've been back for a while. Okay.
Yes.
You are walking down Main Street. And you're getting ready to pass Uncle Frank's game shop. Amelia.
Yes. I will stop in, because it's been a while, and I will stop and see Uncle Frank. And see what's changed since I was in here last, because it's probably been a while.
And I have the perfect Uncle Frank voice today, so this works out well.
Beautiful.
I was not kidding when I told you that earlier.
This is true. This is true.
I got the 20-pack a day voice.
The Denny's waitress voice. Uncle Frank?
Little Amelia, is that you?
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. I had heard you were back in town, but I hadn't seen you in a while.
I haven't been in here in a wow. New stuff. I like it.
Oh yeah, there's some newfangled games coming out soon, so I don't know how much longer the war games you used to play are going to last.
That's a shame.
Yeah. I was actually planning on having a big wargaming night next week. Think you could come by and just enjoy one last time with it? I remember you and your friends used to come by all the time.
Sure.
Sounds good. I'm planning it for Wednesday night.
What time?
7:30.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna ask a rude question. Derek.
Yes.
Were dice a common thing back then? Like in sets?
No, dice sets were not very common in the mid 70s. They did not start becoming more common until they started putting out the box sets. Most people would have just been using D6s for their war games.
But he likely would have at least a stock of D6s.
For war games, most likely he would have D6s, but not like we're used to seeing the big old sets today. You would probably it would probably look more like those sets of dice you used to get for like gambling and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. She'll find wherever they are in the storage. She'll pick up a couple, and she'll
Perhaps
take them
dice.
up to the counter and pay him for a couple of D6s. I'll see you Wednesday, 7:30.
Sounds good. Thank you. 7:30.
All right. I'll see you then.
Thank you. And off Amelia goes to do her thing.
Yes. Back to work.
And next shall be Susan.
Hi. I went away for a while and have returned as a nun.
Hey, at least you found a good habit.
Yep, a very good habit.
Cameron's
And I also-
somewhere. Cameron is really disappointed in both of you right now.
He's
Hey.
I just want to say that.
he is just sitting at home, and suddenly
He just
is
sat
like,
up
He
straight.
gets
like,
an intense pain
He feels
somewhere in
it.
his left knee.
oh heavens!
And I too am going to wander into the old game shop.
a good way to
Kung Fu
wander,
Nun.
thrusting yourself.
I
Push.
have arrived. Hello.
Hello, sister. How can I help you today?
Oh, this used to be my old stomping grounds.
Wait, Susie?
That's me.
Oh, what glorious day! Amelia just came by earlier too.
Really, you don't say.
I know she's been back for a few years, but I hadn't had the chance to see her yet.
Nor have I. I just walked in, or just arrived last week.
Oh, perfect. She's actually planning on coming back next Wednesday. We're doing a wargaming night.
Oh, that sounds fabulous. Do you mind if I join?
Of course, it'll be at 7:30.
Great. I will be here at 7:30 on Wednesday.
Actually, before you go, I have something for you.
You do?
I picked it up recently, and I wasn't really sure what I was going to do with it, but it's so perfect that you're here.
All right.
How much Latin did they teach you through your schooling?
A solid amount. You know, I could almost tell the tortoise and the hare fluently.
Oh, perfect. This book is titled, pardon my pronunciation, the Liber Orientalis Sancti Bertrandi. I believe roughly that's the prayer book of Saint Bertrand.
That seems right. Yeah. I would be happy to take it off your hands.
Oh, of course. He reaches
Thank
under
you,
the
good
counter
sir.
and hands it to you. And yeah, it's a very old-looking book. While being in Latin, it looks much older than the Latin language.
Huh. This is a very curious item. I'll take a look at it this evening and bring my discoveries to you on Wednesday.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Happy to help out. And I leave with my book in Latin.
And I suppose that makes it my turn.
It does.
Right, well, Bill has stayed in town this whole time. And he comes into the gaming shop fairly regularly. So ding, 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 ding. Oh, hey there,
Bill.
Frank. Hey, I was wondering, do you have any more of that green paint that you sold me a few weeks back? I'm all out of it now.
There should be a couple canisters still.
Okay, great. I'll just go on back and pick that up. And are you still doing the wargaming thing on
Yeah,
Wednesday?
I got a big game plan, big game night coming up next Wednesday, actually.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. Yeah, I'm still in. I definitely want to play.
Yeah, you're never gonna guess who's gonna play next week too.
Oh, you got some other players?
Yeah, this one out of town girl, Susan's gonna come by, and Amelia.
Wait. Susan and Amelia. These aren't the same Susan and Amelia that they used to hang out here way back when, right?
Just so happens to be.
Well, what do you know about that? And I'm starting to talk a little bit like more Irish than Wisconsin, but
I was going to say, which are you shooting for?
what you gonna do, you know?
I like the mixture. It's good.
At least I'm not going Russian this time.
Ah,
Well, yeah, it'd be great to see them again. I don't think I've talked to them in lots of years. So Wednesday night I'll be here, and we gotta pay for the paint, don't I?
Yeah.
Not going to keep this place open if I just walk out with it.
Oh, I also have something for you. I have something for you.
Oh, so what's that?
Uh,
I didn't order anything, did I?
no, I found it at a garage sale recently.
Oh, okay. Well, what is it?
It's called the Book of Liesel.
Book of Liesel. Huh. Okay. Well,
It
I got
just kind
plenty
of,
of time on my hands. I'll give it a read.
yeah, it seems like something that might be up your alley.
Well, cool. All right. Well, I'm gonna go and put this paint to good use then. I'll see you on Wednesday.
Sounds good. And that brings us to Thomas.
I head up to the shop and come in and I say, "Hey, Uncle Frank, I brought you the keys for those those extra keys you wanted for those cylindrical deadbolts that I installed, you know, the newer ones with the pin locks. I thought I would bring those by for you today. Hope everything's going good. And are your other keys cut good?"
Oh, yeah, everything's been working wonderfully.
Oh man, that's great. That's great. I really appreciate you giving me this business, man. It helps out. Do you mind if I put up a sticker for the Lock Association, the American Lock Association I joined? And, you know, here's some of the new business cards I've got so you can hand out to, you know, help me get the business going better.
Of course, put the sticker right on up, and Frank puts the cards out nice right next to the register.
Oh, thank you so much, Uncle Frank. This has been a real big help. And I appreciate you telling Miss Susie to use me for those lock repairs she had. That was really great. Man, you are a wonderful, wonderful friend, and I really appreciate it.
Anything I can do to help, actually. Speaking of that, why don't you come by next Wednesday?
Well, you know, I haven't done much gaming in a long time, but you know, wargaming still gets a little bit. Who's going to be here?
Just some old folks who haven't been around as much lately. I don't know if you remember them. Do you remember Bill and Amelia and Susan?
Oh, of course I remember. Those were some of the best days. You know what? I will come by. I will come by. I haven't gamed in a while because I've been so busy. But yeah, it would be great to see them again.
Yeah, if you think you're going to have any time, why don't you go ahead and take one of the army sets and some of the paints, and we'll just put it on the house for today.
Oh, no, don't worry about that. Like I said, I just got a job. I appreciate that. I've gotten some good jobs working out. Oh, that would be really nice. I haven't done any painting in some years. It would give me something else to do instead of taking around with all these locks. Thanks. And I go ahead and I pay him for the army set and the paints. Make sure I get some of that good primer to prime them with. You know, I don't need any knives or anything. You know, I start talking to him about the quality of the knives, tell him I might be able to get him some better quality cutting knives for some of the minis to help them look better. And I pick up a Napoleonic set.
Sounds good. All righty then. Well, now we will do that flash forward and come back to the present. I will put you all out here on the street, and you can all decide how you want to arrive.
Now, Amelia will, as is typical, or well, as was typical, will arrive rolling. She will arrive on skates. Does he normally leave is this an era where he would have normally left the doors to the store open?
Especially as he was planning on people to show up. Yes.
Perfect. Wrong answer. Love it. So she will far too quickly come blowing down the sidewalk and then just grab the post on the side of the building right there, and with one hand and just woof herself in at like a hard 90 slide, going like probably 20 miles an hour, just wham, and then just stop on a dime. And by on a dime, I mean about 6 inches past the dime, because it's been a while.
Well, you hear some clapping coming from the back of the store.
Right. And Bill, being very enthusiastic, is already back there. So he's clapping. He's like, "Oh, hey, long time no see."
Bill, how's it been?
Well, it's been pretty good for me. I'm glad to see you back.
He just she glides back. Thought I'd bring the skates out.
Well, yeah, you certainly looking good on them.
Thank you. I used to make that turn a lot cleaner.
Yeah, well, time goes by, we all get a little slower.
It's true. I assume our dear uncle had to replace some amount of flooring at the front of the store from the hard cuts it took from her for many years of entrances.
There's still just the gashes in the floor. They're a permanent reminder.
Good.
You were going to be an up-and-coming star. It's one of those things he kept around.
You got to be able to
so
tell
he
people.
could tell people,
Yeah.
This is where cross-check first started.
That's right, baby. What are we playing tonight?
As you say that, Susan, the nun, more gracefully rollerblades herself into the store because
Yeah,
the
baby.
image of a nun rollerblading is one
Here
of my
for it.
favorite things
Here
on
for
the
it.
planet.
This is the
It's-
70s. Nuns fly.
Oh, we
This
don't
is
see that
also
every day.
true.
Bill,
That was the 60s.
Oh, was that the 60s?
I am a 90s baby, so I'm going that route.
I actually thought about going with the flying nun for the token. But I'm sorry. Like, to me, this one actually looks kind of like you.
There you go.
That's why I thought you did it with
Kinda
AI. I thought you used like Facebook profile pictures to like generate these because it kind of looks like Emma. Also, it's
Yeah,
not
well,
that
it's-
hard to find pictures of nuns on roller skates.
No, it's
I'm
a
just-
pretty common image.
Yeah,
so.
it really kind of is actually.
My wife's great aunt is known as the skiing priest. She is an Episcopal priest in
Taller.
Colorado.
That is great.
And when the first snows hit, she goes down in her robes.
Rocket. Love it. Do you know, I don't remember the character's name, but the original Sister Act movie, the real young, real thin nun. I found a picture that it's a hand-drawn picture that looks like her rollerblading backwards with a significant amount of skill. It's very impressive looking. But it reminds me significantly of that one character. Also,
Well,
this is a nun
unlike
with
our
sunglasses.
Unlike our rollerblading or roller skating friends, I pull up in my van that says Jones Locksmithing on the side and hop out and grab my toolkit now, which has a bunch of painted minis I have been painting for the past week, and come in and look over at Bill and say, "Hey, Bill, how's it going, man? Good to see you."
Hey Tom, yeah, good to see you too. I knew you were hanging around here and there, but I hadn't gotten the chance to talk to you in a while.
Yeah. I think it's been a few weeks since I've seen you. Yeah. Just been working, staying busy.
And I forgot to say hi, Susan. Is it appropriate to give a nun a hug? I don't know.
I'll give you
All
a
right.
hug.
Hugs all around.
Hugs all around.
When Susan comes in, I don't say anything. I just look down at the rollerblades and just give you a high five. And I say,
Hey.
do I have to call you sister now?
Only if you want.
Good. Sister it is.
I go over to the table and, start, beginning, pull out a notebook of some old wargaming rules and begin to set up army on the sand table. Begin to set up my Napoleonic army on the sand table.
Napoleon's Last War that was released in 1974.
Yes, that is it. Yep.
I googled 70s war games. I did not have this knowledge 5 minutes ago.
All right, there you go.
Now I want to know what
And
it looks like.
full disclosure,
That's what Google's for.
the closest I've ever gone to actually playing any wargaming is I almost played the Lord of the Rings Warhammer game.
Mm.
There was a Games Workshop that had it near me, and they were letting people test out Warhammer with it. I did not have the time.
Napoleon's last campaigns. Huh.
It's only
Actually, I think was a board game. This is more like a miniatures game.
there were two of them. There was the board game and then there was the miniatures game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Napoleon's
And yes,
Last
they had the
Battles.
same name and came out the same year.
And what I did is I used the figures. Yeah.
You can also play it on Windows 95, 98, ME, or 2000 if you prefer.
So Windows
'Cause of
95,
course you
gotcha.
can. Yeah, that's right, baby.
Alrighty.
All right, let's roll
Y'all have gathered up.
D6s.
Just because? Okay.
You can roll just because anytime you want.
Yay! Well, I meant like physically roll them. I want to roll dice. That
Could
was
do that too.
aggressively mid. Okay,
See if my very loud dice pick up on this microphone.
a little. I heard the thud.
I didn't hear nothing.
That was slightly more
Okay.
mid. Okay.
It's a very good microphone that rejects off-axis sound. So the dice are very loud, but the mic doesn't pick them up.
Darn our overwhelming sound quality.
Y'all have arrived.
You
Y'all have
know,
greeted one another. Frank is greeting you all. So nice to have you all here tonight. Since I knew it was going to be the four of you, I actually asked everybody else not to come.
I was wondering where everybody was. I was expecting a couple more people.
It was originally going to be, but I just wanted to spend the time with you all again.
Well, hey, no objections here. I'm just really just jazzed to see everybody.
Let's do this.
And
Oh,
by the
wow.
way, this book is really weird, Frank.
So is this one. I think.
Well, I'm glad you all are enjoying them. I actually have something else I want to show all of you. Let me go grab it really fast. And Frank makes his way down the hallway.
While he's gone, Bill is continuing to set up his meticulously painted minis because he has way too much time on his hands.
Amelia reaches for one, pauses, looks at him, just kind of points at it. It's like, can I?
Oh, no, it's okay. You can go ahead.
These are really good.
Oh, thank you. I had to do it like 3 times.
It's a
Not
process.
very steady in the hands. Yeah. But I figured out you got to the little toothpicks to get the tiny details. He's got to kind of whittle it down.
I like, and she, what's Derek's character's name? I'm blanking.
Thomas.
Thomas, I like the Napoleon ones too. Those are good.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just got back into painting them recently.
Yeah, and it looks really good. That's real
Does.
fresh.
Is Frank back to being a bad influence?
Frank isn't back.
No. I'm talking to the group.
Oh.
I feel like Frank is one of those people who's collectively a bad influence on our lives. Not like actually, but in like a leading us into the world of hobbies way.
Oh, well, I got to have something to keep me busy.
True.
I feel like this is a really tiny table. I'm going to take up a whole quarter of it.
Yeah, these are the maps right out of the book.
So this is actually meant to be his store. Okay, nice.
This is actually Frank's store. It's out of the book. I just copied them out of the PDF and then I put them into Roll20. And then I used colors to make the street and the sidewalk outside.
Oh, sick.
That's why you'll notice sometimes, like, if you look really closely, some of the lines for the squares, like here, don't line up perfectly. It's because I was doing a screen print out of the book and having to edit that. But it's mostly really close, so I didn't want to try much harder.
It sounds a lot like the maps we're using for Kingmaker. Because those are straight out of the manual also. But you size better than I do.
The first one took me like 3 tries to figure out how to get it as close as I possibly could, and then I just used that process for all the rest.
There's actually a function where you can size your map directly to the squares.
They're not perfectly square.
Oh, well, that's a problem.
Oh,
If they're not proportional, then it doesn't work.
Like 2 pixels off.
Mm.
perfection. Has
So
Frank
if I
been
do
gone-
that,
Has he been gone an inordinate amount of time at this point?
yes, he has not returned. Y'all are almost done setting up, and he's still gone.
Did he say what we're playing tonight?
Oh, no, he wasn't real specific. I just kind of brought the stuff I usually bring.
I was excited to use my new dice.
You suppose we ought to go back and check on him? He's been gone a while.
She's repainted all the dots on the D6s, different colors. Yeah, because I'm going to hand force aesthetics into everything I play because that's who I am. Yeah, we can go look for him. I assume that's back past the bathrooms, Greg.
You just watched him go down the hall, but you're not sure exactly where he went to once he went down the hall.
All right, well,
off we
poke
go.
Our head into the first room.
That is the first room there on the left, or the first room on the right?
The left. I can tell what the ones on the right are.
The one on the left is actually Frank's office. None of you have ever been allowed in there before.
The door open? Closed?
It is closed, but it's just a regular wooden door.
I'll knock on it. If Frank, you in there? You've been gone a while.
No response.
Frank, are you all right?
You've never liked us going in there. Do we think we ought to try the doorknob?
As you are starting and knocking and discussing that, you actually kind of feel the building shake a little bit and all the lights flicker and kind of dim down a little bit.
Stand in a doorway.
We know which ones live in LA now. Which players
I was going to say
now.
California Bryan just kicked in. Oh, that's not good. I'm on
notice earthquakes.
I'm on skates.
Oh, that's a good point.
We're on skates. I try and keep my balance.
Yeah, you just kind of roll slightly into the wall a bit.
Does Lake Geneva have earthquakes?
No.
Is that a thing? I was going to say, I didn't think so. I feel like Lake Geneva's not on a fault line.
At least not in the 70s. They might now with all the fracking going on in the Midwest.
Everything is possible.
That's why I've survived earthquakes now.
What was that?
I don't know. Was that an earthquake?
We have earthquakes? I don't think we have earthquakes.
It kind of felt like when I was living in that house right by the train tracks, but there aren't any train tracks here.
She knocks on the door again.
Still no answer.
Maybe just try the knob.
I'm fighting a real inclination to go full high fantasy character and just kick the door in, and I'm struggling right now.
I will let you know while looking at it. The door opens towards you.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, I'll try and open the door. That worries me.
Trying to kick in the door while on roller skates seems
like a bad idea.
No, you roll back, jump, push off the wall, and then go shoulder in. It's fine.
Oh, I guess you're an athlete, that one.
It'll be okay, I'm sure.
The door opens easily.
Before I push it open, I'll kind of like open it. I'll open it like just like a couple of inches, and before I even lean around, I'll just say, "Frank."
You don't hear anybody. You don't see a body on the floor. You just see papers scattered everywhere.
Was this where he was going?
Well, I don't know. It's his office. I kind of expect him to keep it a little tidier than this. Maybe the stuff fell off when the room shook.
I'll open the door all the way.
Yes, it is just covered in piles of newspapers, invoices, merchandise, purchases, years worth of paperwork. There's still some stacks on the desk. There's stacks all over the floor. There's stacks on top of the safe even still.
I feel like this is a bit more unorganized than I would expect from the man.
Maybe that's why he never wanted us back here. He's kind of a hoarder.
It all stays behind one door.
This looks like my closet when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
It looks like my closet now.
But instead of invoices, it's boxes of magic cards.
That's in the drawer over there. But yeah, potato.
I actually had a friend that they had a closet in his house that was nothing but like magic cards going back to from the 90s.
I still regret getting rid of all those.
Mm-hmm. Is there a light switch I can turn on?
Yes.
Is it already on?
No, it was off, but yes,
Okay.
you can turn it on.
I'll turn the lights on.
It's that same kind of still slightly dim, not quite all the way bright light.
Well, he's not here. Maybe there's a stock room back here he was going to.
I guess, yeah.
To the left is a door, and then to the right would be the stairways up to the apartment upstairs where Frank lives.
Okay, try the door first.
It is also unlocked, and it leads down into the basement.
You know this place had a basement?
Well, most places have basements around here, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, but still, seems a bit unusual that it was never mentioned.
Okay, up or down? I'd
I
assume
vote for
up.
down.
I vote for up.
Split the party!
Neither one's good. We're still on skates.
Yeah, you may want to take those skates off.
I was deeply tempted to respond with, I didn't bring shoes, but I'm not going to put myself in that position. Fine.
Roll
I'll
for
go
that.
barefoot. I'll
Roll
go
for
barefoot.
roll for shoes.
Roll for shoes.
Roll for shoe. Wait, hold on. Where's my D6?
What do you want? A D6?
That's hey, that's a 6 actually. Sick. All right.
We're gonna jump games now.
Someone call Fraley. Get him in here. Okay.
2.
All right. Im and I find shoes. And okay, now we can go whichever direction.
Well, upstairs I know is his like home. I don't want to be too intrusive. So I think we should go downstairs first and see
So
if
let's
he's down
poke
there.
the creepy basement instead.
Hey, I
I've
had
seen
a
this movie,
creepy
Bryan.
basement growing
I've
up.
seen this movie. Doesn't end well for anybody. All right, here we go.
Tell
Basement
you
it is.
about the strange white beast in the basement and the
So y'all are
House.
picking down.
Sure, why not?
down, down, down.
Yeah. Oh, it's staircase.
Down,
Okay.
baby, down, down, down.
I don't know the order you all want to go down the stairs, so there you are.
I like the idea that she leaves this gate on long enough to go down the stairs where it's just like loud thunk, loud thunk,
Thunk,
loud
thunk,
thunk.
Into the dark basement.
Uh-huh. Full sin, no fear. Full sin, no fear. Okay. I assume they go down this direction.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Oh, I
metagame a little
understand
bit
how
and go
these
in at least like after the fighter.
You do kind of,
Oh wait, no.
As you're
Wait, I
making
think
your
we go
way-
down this way. If I'm going first, I got to be down here, I guess.
let me draw on the map the direction of travel down the stairs.
Yeah, I think that's what's
Throwing us.
how I'm confused.
Stairs go this way.
Okay.
So you would start at the top and then work your way down.
Okay. We'll go this
And
direction.
as you make your way down into the dark basement, you feel along the wall, and you can actually feel a light switch on the wall.
Turn the light switch on.
Blinded.
Make our way down to the dark basement after an earthquake. Oh, heavens. Okay.
Don't worry, the lights flicker on. Again, not super bright, but at least enough that you can see everything.
Does it say storage?
Let me read it on the actual map.
Oh, shelving. Never mind. It says shelving. Okay.
Yeah, shelving. There's a paint cabinet and a workbench and a furnace, a hot water heater.
And also a pit. I think there's a pit.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
Or maybe it's a slime. We don't know.
Ooh, slime.
It's fun.
As your eyes
Ooh.
adjust into the room, the basement is lined with shelves as far as you can see, which are mostly just dusty, cobweb-covered boxes and jars. Right near the stairs, in the middle of the floor, about 6 feet in diameter, is a large hole that's cracked and crumbling on the sides. It's like somebody actually drilled into the concrete, though, making it perfectly round.
Well, I thought a nun on roller skates was the strangest thing I was going to see today, but that
Hey,
takes the cake.
you should see me on a horse.
Okay.
You wear the roller skates on the horse too?
That's talent.
You'd be surprised.
If I understand correctly, this goes straight through to the other side of the world, right? That's how these work?
If you look down into it, you can't actually see how far it goes. The light in the room just isn't bright enough to see far down it.
Is it perfectly round all the way? As far as I can see,
It's 6 feet across, but it's a circle.
it's just a straight circle. Huh.
There's a workbench near you as well.
Is there anything on the workbench?
Yes. Rope that's about 40 feet long, claw hammer, some nails, a saw, screwdriver.
Bill, was this always down here?
Well, I never been down here before.
I feel like
I
we'd have
mean,
realized if there was a pit in the basement.
It does seem like it's probably not up to code.
Not anymore.
I checked the pit. I want to see like how new it is. I should be able to figure that out, right? To see
I
if the
think you have a roll for that.
yeah.
Let me see.
I'm gonna grab one of those nails off the workbench and just drop it in there to see if I can hear when it hits something.
No, I think that's dwarves that have that special ability. It does look rather new. You can't quite tell how new, but it's not like it's been here since the building has. And the nail takes a couple of seconds and bleaks down to the bottom. It only seems like maybe 20, 30 feet deep.
Like,
Okay, well, it's not going to
Links
come
off of,
out
like,
in
stone,
Australia or
or-
anything.
Yeah, it sounds like it pings off stone.
Well, at least there's a bottom.
not nothing, I suppose. How sturdy is the workbench bolted to anything?
Yeah, it's
And
bolted
how
into the
old?
wall.
How old is the rope? Like, is it fried? Is it newer?
It's not like brand new, but it's still in very good shape.
Great.
Is there anything else of use anywhere other than the workbench?
In this room, no.
What if I come down this direction?
Lots of random old boxes. It kind of almost feels like that scene from Raiders of the Lost Ark or Warehouse 13. Lots of just old boxes, jars, random knickknacks and things.
Dust.
That's a lot of green beans in cans here. Oh,
So you're
Frank was
saying he's a
expecting.
doomsayer?
Well, first we find out he's a pack rat upstairs, and now we find out he's got this
Uncle Frank, world's first
stash in the
prepper.
basement.
Well, it's not like food or things like that. It's more like
Plutonium.
weird little statue things, like a two-headed snake in a jar.
Like a formaldehyde jarred
Yes.
jar?
That type of thing. Just random weird little things. You definitely wouldn't want to eat any of it.
Is
Like I
this
said,
Warehouse 13?
That's how I described it to you.
I know, but now I'm wondering if it's actually where we are. And Frank's middle name is Arnie or something. Huh.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. The lights were off when we came down here, so probably Frank didn't come this way.
That's true.
But on the other hand, this is plenty weird.
That it is. Very weird.
And on the third hand, pit.
Hello, Dad.
You hear an echo back.
Hello.
Up there.
hello.
Wait, what? Hold on. What do you think? Do we go down or do we go back up?
I think we should try and find Frank, and maybe he can
Explain
some
the
light
hole
on-
in his
yeah.
face.
Tell us where the pit goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Frank being down in a pit or anything, and that's his business, whatever he wants to do down here. Maybe he wants some extra storage or something, but we should definitely try and find it, especially after that shakeup upstairs.
Could that have
Who
made
knows,
the
suppose the
pit?
shaking. That's just what I was thinking.
Huh.
Or maybe that the pit made the shaking,
Yeah.
more likely. But there's no like drills or nothing down here to make a pit like this.
He looks at Thomas. Do you think it's that fresh? Like 10 minutes ago fresh?
No, I don't think it's that fresh.
It could be.
It could be.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know anything that could make a pit that quickly. I mean, without maybe a jackhammer or something.
Is Frank a mole man?
That seems unlikely, but I don't know. I never met his parents.
Bryan, I love your character so much. I love Bill so very much. Okay. So we're going back upstairs then?
Are you going to make it on those skates up the stairs?
No, they're
We
upstairs.
took
It's
our
fine.
shoes off.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going barefoot.
Oh, we're
I guess I missed
we're
that.
rocking full Converse now. Okay, we'll go upstairs then, I guess.
Whee!
And then up more stairs.
Whee!
Something up the down staircase.
Yeah,
I'm told
I'll
by
go
the
back
song
up.
the one coming down is even longer.
Mm, 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 mm.
There we go.
Ah, we teleported. Okay. Ups.
Up the stairs.
We're going up the downstairs.
Up into stairs.
Frank!
Frank,
Frank!
we found a hole in your basement.
There's a hole in your basement. Oh, Frank. Oh, Frank.
Darn it,
There's
now
a
I'm gonna have
hole
that in my
in
head for the next
your
week.
basement. Oh, Frank, a hole.
All licensing provided by City on a Hill Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Don't check that. Definitely don't check that.
Pretty sure we don't need a license for that song.
No.
Probably, that's probably Creative Commons. That's true.
And I'm the one who performed it, so
True. All licensing provided by Emma.
Firmly
Parody
in
is
the
covered
public
as well.
domain.
yeah.
I am not prepared entertainment.
Yep.
LLC.
Yep.
We can now legally sing happy birthday too.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. We can.
Yeah.
For like 3 years now. Actually, since before COVID. It's
I think
been
we
like
can
7
actually
years.
have. Can we have
Has-
Winnie
has
the
it been that
Pooh
long?
sing happy birthday now?
Yes, you can.
Sick.
And you
Sorry,
can
no
have
bother.
Steamboat Willie sing happy birthday now.
No, you
Also
can't.
true.
Mhm.
Not yet.
No talking versions of
Oh.
Mickey yet.
Only
Just
the
the
that was only
whistling
the
version?
silent whistling version, yeah. Talking Mickey comes later.
Is that how they're going to do the horror movies? He's just going to whistle the whole time?
Probably.
Oh no.
I haven't watched the trailer yet.
The only thing I seen was a paper mache Mickey Mouse mask.
I hate
Okay, so
it. Okay, up the stairs we go to Frank's house. It ain't grandma's, but it's close.
don't worry. You won't find a wolf here in Frank's clothing.
You
I'm
say
concerned
that.
about that. Okay, I'll go down the hallway part way.
Okay,
Oh, I guess I go through this first door. Let me stop there.
yeah. As you walk down the hallway,
Ugh.
you see kind of like a kitchen-y area.
Oh, it's like open. Okay.
Yeah, it's just for being the 70s, it's kind of an open floor plan. As open as you could get in a 20-foot wide building.
Something Chip and JoAnne, something
Oh,
all
I don't know
wood
if you
everything.
noticed. I don't know if you noticed the building is only 20 feet wide.
Yep.
It's a game story. I don't feel like that's that uncommon.
With somebody who lives upstairs.
It's fine. Tiny living. It's all the rage.
It's fine.
40
Everything
years
is
That's
later.
why he drilled
Fine.
into another sub basement.
Yeah. Maybe that's what the hole is for.
Maybe he's robbing a bank. Is there a bank next door?
Is this a
I saw
heist
that in
game
movie
now?
Once.
Not the heist game.
It is not a bank. It's a honey depository.
Thanks for listening to City on the Hill Gaming. If you'd like to know more, find us online at cityonthehillgaming.com or by sending us an email at cityonthehillgaming@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter at City on the Hill Game or find us online at patreon.com/cityonthehillgaming. Thanks as always to our Patreon backers, Grizzly Rich, Bryan, Sir Lord Epic Name, Andrew, Christina, and Tony. We really thank you guys for everything you do to support the show, and we truly appreciate you. Thanks for listening, and have a blessed day. Well, if nothing else, we are ready for the sound check. Greg, ready for the sound check.
With the arrival of Batman to the nation's television screen in 1966, Batmania soon followed. Pop culture went bananas for all sorts of costume crime fighters, no matter the flavor. Comics enjoyed a surge of popularity and renewed creativity, and the freshly fertile Earth produced dozens of over-the-top campy characters. If a premise could be beaten into the ground, comics were there to do it. Take, for example, B-Man. His story begins as disgruntled mission control technician Barry E. Ames, B-E-E, sabotages the landing of a remote-controlled rocket ship, intending to rob the sample-gathering space vessel of whatever wonders it has collected from beyond the surly bounds of Earth. Unfortunately, what Eames finds inside the vessel are mutant space bees, which mercilessly savage him and drag his broken body to their distant world. And you get B-Man.
B-Man. All right. Sure, why not? We'll go with it.
It's never good when I pull that book out, and you know it.
It's always interesting when you pull that book out.
Nothing will ever top Professor Eyeball, though.
Bryan, what you got?
It is an ancient mariner, and he stoppeth one of three. By thy long grey beard and glittering eye, now wherefore stoppest thou me? The bridegroom's doors are opened wide, and I am next of kin. The guests are met, the feast is set, mayst Mary hear the din. He holds him with his skinny hand. There was a ship, quoth he. Hold off, unhand me, grey-beard loon. Eftsoons his hand dropped he. He holds him with his glittering eye. The wedding guest stood still, and listens like a 3 years child. The mariner hath his will.
What is this?
The Rime of the Ancient Mariner, Coleridge.
Fair enough. Okay. I like it. Emma.
Hi. On
Good.
this day, literally 3 hours ago, I finished a 5-hour D&D 5e session. So my entire day has literally been TTRPGs. I just got done playing a tiefling rogue named Zed with a noble background who is level 2 and is chaotic neutral. And we fought some weird little creatures on a stage in a town getting ready for its fall harvest festival. So that is my sound check.
Love it.
Is a summary of what happened in my other game that I played today.
All of the dice rolling. All of it.
All of it.
Derek.
I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain.
This sounds familiar. What is this?
Dune, the litany against fear that Paul Muad'Dib's Bene Gesserit mother taught him. And in the David Lynch movie, that is what he begins to recite when the Bene Gesserit mother gives him the test to see if he is human, and she is inducing severe nerve pain into his hand.
Yes. Now stick your hand in the Gomjabar.
No, stick your hand in the box. The Gomjabar is the needle that is on her hand that she holds at his neck if he fails the test.
If he fails, right.
And she screams, "No woman child has ever been able to handle that much pain." Ah!
I'm intrigued. As I am unfamiliar, but I am intrigued.
You should go back and watch David Lynch's Dune. It is the first movie I ever saw based on a book I had read.
Oh.
1984.
Intriguing. I will now, for my sound check, simply...
First movie I ever stood in a long line for, too, because there was a huge line for that movie.
I need to remember I don't remember what the first thing I ever stood in line for was. Now I'm curious.
I'm going to assume something Star Wars.
I don't think it was, but it might have been.